Austin was just, good morning, listener. Austin was just educating me about a category of television show which he liked as a child from the 70s, in which a black cast would, in his words, communicate the tacit message with their presentation and behavior of "we're funky." That's how Austin put it.
That is how I put it. I was talking about the show What's Happening, and the character Rerun, I was telling him would wear a red beret and suspenders, and I used to watch this show when I was a kid.
No, the show was called "What's Happening." I thought you were saying a character was called "What's Happening."
Oh, no, no, no.
I want to say
I
before,
should get a we should get a racehorse though and call it What's Happening.
and then one of us should burn it down, burn it to death in a barn, and the other one should murder that one over breakfast.
Uh-huh.
Before we get too far into anything, I did you wrong last episode. You said we found Rule 34 that involved two monkeys Eiffel towering a third monkey,
Yes, I
and
remember this.
you said I think three little monkeys jumping on the bed. One fell off and got some head. I did
Yes.
not. I did not recognize appropriately. I did not acknowledge to the extent that was deserved just how spot on that was. I mean, that came out of the clear blue sky and fucking well done.
Thank you. It was I mean, what can I say, man? The Lord was with me that day. It was Benjamin Netanyahu all over again. It was just divine inspiration.
Um, Today we've got some more Marge.io content. Um,
Yes, we
but
should put on background ridiculousness to make up for last time.
and we can use that very video that we were using to augur our fortune last time, the one in which the baby's climbing the rock wall and
Hmm.
Stilo's broadcasting evil into the universe with his sickly yellow tie-dye pot leaf t-shirt. I'm
Right. It's the exact same thing as like he's into this genre of shirt. Like we've watched an episode once where he's wearing a shirt that says legalize it, and we've noted like this type of shirt does not have the same bite when it is widely fucking legalized across the country. You know, like maybe 20 years ago that would have been cool, but
He's just putting in minimal effort not to be horribly cringe. I mean, if you were thinking like if it were available to him and he weren't uh, investing the small amount of taste that he has to offer, he would just wear a shirt that says "I smoke weed." But he's
yeah.
taking it like half a step more complex than that. He just smokes weed, and when he smokes weed, he's on his phone looking at clothes, and sometimes he buys clothes about weed, and uh, that's how we end up where we are.
Yeah.
We've got the sync tube link for you. Or worse, he comes to the show dressed very dapper, and the costume department at the show forces these shirts onto him. Like, come on, Stilo, my brother, you would wear a shirt about Jesus being black and also one about weed. Here's another weed one, Stilo. And he's there in his like Armani suit with a very tasteful watch on. He's like, shit, if it's the job.
And one of the producers is an old guy who used to work on What's Happening, and he gives him a red beret. He's like, I think you look really funky in this.
I've sent you the sync tube link.
Okay.
And also, this could breed some humor. Um, this is a long black. For the listener, I'm holding up a glass, which I first poured into it hot water near boiling. After that, I poured in a double shot of espresso. That may sound to you like an Americano, but in fact, an Americano would be if I had poured the double shot in first and then the water, hence the name Americano, derived during World War II when American soldiers arrived in Italy, ordered coffee, and couldn't handle the espresso, so they had it watered down. But a long black is when
Hmm.
you sustain, extend elongate the experience of tasting espresso. Hence, you pour it on last, so it's the thing that you taste first when you ingest the drink. And it also sounds like you're describing an extra large African American genital. All
Is
right.
there what difference does it make though, pouring the water in first to last? I would think it makes no difference.
No, it makes a difference in that it's the reason why an Americano is called an Americano. Italians named it thus because the Americanos who arrived in their country during World War II couldn't handle straight up espresso. So they asked for it to be watered down. Water poured on top of the espresso dilutes the crema. But as you can
Oh.
see, it's long black. I did the water first. So some of the water does spill down into the rest, or some of the espresso does spill down into the rest of the water. But on top, as you would not see in an Americano, there's the froth, the crema, the shit that tastes like espresso.
Sorry to interrupt, but I want to take note of something that I've spotted in some of the recent ridiculousness compilations we've been watching. I don't know if you've noticed it, but they're running ads like at the bottom of the screen, and it's not like they're not YouTube ads. It's ads that are in the video, and it's for like sports games. That
Well, that
just
makes sense.
strikes me as odd. Like that's the kind of thing you would see on TV, but you'd think that would just be on TV. They'd remove it for what they're putting on YouTube. You know what I mean? It's weird.
Yeah, but I mean, it just shows us how little effort they're investing in this shit. They
They're
just,
just they're TiVoing it and
yeah,
just uploading the TiVo onto YouTube.
they TiVo what they already put on TV, feed it into a food processor, and then feed us that.
And
Chanel must.
if you watch for long enough, you'll find they actually recorded it. They fucked up, and then they recorded it over a recording of what's happening. So we're gonna see rerun in a red beret pretty soon.
Uh, there is a
It's the
background.
old guy, the old producer is doing the recordings and putting them onto YouTube, and he keeps calling it MySpace. Okay, sorry, go ahead.
There's a background radiation of funkiness in this.
Yeah.
Chanel really dressed up. She must like this guy who's on.
Oh shit. You know how I feel about that. Let's see. Who am I dealing with here? Who's my op today? Dude, I could take this guy on easily. And I mean that. I'm not being ironic right now. I could beat the fuck out of him with his skinny jeans.
Did you see what was just playing in that last clip?
Yeah, that kid was like bouncing on a thing. What was that?
It was a slack line, just like a thin rope, and the kid was bouncing on it like it was a trampoline and doing tricks and shit. That was
That's pretty cool.
impressive. Now we've got whoever the Ball brothers' dad is, Lavar Ball. Is that his name?
Maybe that's interesting. The Ball family comes a lot on this show. You showed me the
Really?
Suns like rap song a long time ago. You were
Oh,
talking about, and one time I was telling you about the reality show they used to have called Ball in the Family.
oh yeah, I've seen clips of that.
Yeah.
Chanel's dressed pretty well here. She's kind of giving uh babysitter who gets in trouble vibes.
Yo, true. That's dude. Holy fuck, you nailed that.
We're both jacking off after this. Um, yeah, and she's got to get out of trouble somehow.
Yeah.
A bit like a dinosaur.
Who?
LeVar Ball. And Steelo
He
really
looks like a yeah, you're right.
dressed like he might be on rerun.
Yeah, no, I was thinking the same thing. Yeah, what's happening? Look up
Oh, sorry.
rerun. Well, the yeah, rerun was a character in the show What's Happening. And you know why they called him rerun? It's like fucking racist, honestly. It's because the character was so stupid that he had to repeat like some grade in high school over and over again. Like he had to rerun it. And so they called him rerun. Isn't that fucked?
Yeah.
I mean, there were other black characters in the show, obviously, who weren't dunderheads. So I guess it's just that character. It's not like they were there. It's not like everyone in the show had to repeat fucking freshman year a million times. But
For the listener, for further reading, refer to the bell curve.
Yeah. Yeah, that was a spin-off of What's Happening, actually. They had a spin-off show called The Bell Curve. Yeah.
Oh God, it's the shirt.
No way.
It's here.
Ladies and gentlemen, Stilo is wearing his cool guy pothead shirt.
And I want to point out, I think Chanel is really with us here spiritually. She is dressed sort of, yeah, there's a lot of TV artifacts in this broadcast. Like we just saw CBS. She's sort of dressed androgynously regarding Stilo with coldness. Her hands folded, her hair straightened. She's wearing baggy shorts and a t-shirt about some like I don't know. I don't know.
And
I
they're
just
sitting far apart too. She's like scooting away from him.
some great cosmic drama is playing out on this red couch. Stilo has donned the costume of perhaps the destroyer of worlds, Vishnu, and here we have Chanel staring that destructive force down.
Chanel's really trying to dress like Billie Eilish today, you can tell.
Yeah, yeah.
Stilo's also wearing his stupid Paddington Bear hat, the tattered denim bucket hat thing. Yeah.
I saw some behind the scenes content, and he actually arrived to set by sliding down a staircase in a bathtub.
Give 1 second. Hold on. Checking something. Okay. Okay. In like 5 minutes, I'm gonna get up and get more coffee.
Good, good, good. Did you have it delivered?
No, no, no. I've got a pot downstairs. I had my first cup, which is really my first um, 3 cups because I do like a bunch of coffee and a little bit of water, so I have like 3 to 4 cups of coffee in one mug. That's how that
No,
works, right?
I'm confused.
Maybe I don't quite understand it either. It's okay.
Do you mean that you've used 3 times the grounds that are actually required, or you're mixing
Yes,
water? Oh, okay.
yes,
Yeah, that's just good coffee.
yeah. No, I love it strong.
I'm with Stilo. For listener, we're looking at a clip where uh, white boy Loki nice with it. We're looking at a high school basketball player of the Caucasian persuasion has just snapped both pairs of ankles of two defenders clean in half on his way up the court. And then with nobody on him, he passes the ball. Stupid and gay. You got to complete the highlight reel.
Dude, I'm loving the vibe of this episode because we're very Afrocentric today. Like every riff has been about folks of the African American persuasion.
I
I'm calling
recently,
this episode "What's Happening."
I recently saw a play at University of Chicago's Court Theater. The play was called Big White Fog, and it was written in the 30s, I think.
I looked
And
it up when you told me about it. That playwright was part of some movement in Chicago or something, right? Some art
very well.
movement. Hold on. Let me look this up. I want to see what I read. You can keep
But
talking.
for the
Sorry to
listener,
interrupt you.
no, no, it's fine. It's a pretty uncomplex parable of black identity at the in the in the mid-century, in the turn of the century, whatever the fuck you'd call that. One character is a Garveyite, which I had heard the term, had no fucking idea what it meant, but through watching the play, I learned because
Marcus
it's written,
Garvey, right?
yeah, it's written pretty explicit. Also, look at Silo's shirt; it's so fucking stupid. It's a striped sweater. In the middle of it is stitched a black piece of fabric onto which has been cross stitched a crudely hand drawn stick figure ish illustration of a bird near a tree in the sun. Fucking dumb as shit. But
And by the way, real quick, at the risk of sounding too pretentious, I only know who Marcus Garvey is from this Public Enemy song. I couldn't give you an account of like his life and significance to the
I don't
black
know.
community or anything. So
I don't know much of his life. I know some of his significance to the black community from watching this play, and that was that he, um, from the play, it seems like he was a scammer,
Mhm.
but the play is not a historical document. It didn't give a full account. Here's our baby climbing the rock wall, which was
Oh shit.
the spiritual tie that bound us to this episode. This is us in life, in existence. He had a movement. He like an African Republic. I don't know, something like that. He like initiated this society of African Americans who had like they were gonna move back to Africa, and so he was uh, soliciting contributions to that movement and appointing people leaders and dignitaries within this society, which was going to set up shop in Africa because their foundational philosophy, which pretty reasonable on its face for the 1930s and generally, who fucking knows, black people can't succeed in America, so you got to go back to Africa. Um, and there's one character in the play who is a Garveyite, and he's struggling and working hard, and he's giving all of his money to this movement because he really believes in it. But everyone around him is saying that shit's never going to go anywhere. And then eventually, in the play, I don't know the full history, but it seems like Marcus Garvey has been scamming everybody because the ship that he has prepared to bring people to Africa in, or at least that he has as a prop to show the result of the money that's been contributed to his movement, is like much worse than the ship that they were expecting somehow. So it's clear that money has gone missing or something like that. And he's like tried for that embezzlement and fraud or whatever the fuck. And this character believes, also pretty reasonably for the time period and generally and whatever the fuck, that Marcus Garvey is just being slandered in the media and that it's a show trial meant to undermine the credibility of the movement. But it really seems from the play like that's just faith gone too far and Marcus Garvey really was a scammer. I have no fucking idea. But that's one character. Another character sees the solution to the struggle that that their whole black community is facing, to be wanton capitalist greed and uh, stepping over your fellow man. So he like,
If you can't beat them, join them, right?
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
He invests in an apartment building, and there are little nuggets of information throughout the rest of the play about how like, did you hear that one lady didn't have rent for 3 weeks, so he threw her out and her family out on the street or something like that. And so later on in the play, after he's gone on these monologues about why he's going to invest his money that he's earned working as like the uh, fucking like server in a cafe car on a train into the apartment building. He comes in dressed really nice and he's got lots of money and he's got a nice car and whatever the fuck. And then a third character is like going for his education. Each character kind of just represents um, a philosophy that came about as a response to the struggle of the African American community. And then the depression hits and they're all fucked. And it's really, I don't know, it's pretty bleak. Like none of it worked. And I don't know why I went into that much detail. But it's time to shit.
That's poetic because I was about to say it's time for me to get my next cup of coffee.
Uh-huh. We share one bowel.
Yeah,
I ate so much food last night.
that's awesome.
I was telling myself I was grocery shopping and that was like a responsible thing to do. But I came home, had a pint of dairy-free ice cream. Is that the situation?
Yo, we got the sitch on ridiculousness.
This ridiculousness royalty here. Mike, the situation, whatever his last name is on the show.
Yeah, and he they even switched up the positioning on the couch for him. Like typically the guest will be sitting in between the other two hosts, but they have him on the far right this time.
He's living his best life. They're doing
Yeah.
this. Steelo's wearing his stupid necklace also for friends of the show who remember his god awful fucking dumbass necklace. He's got that on.
Oh, is it the one with all the artists?
Yeah, the one with all the icons of art you might learn in, say, your first ever art class.
Yeah, that's his version of the Sonichu necklace.
We'll be right back with more ridiculousness.
They keep running this ad on the bottom of the screen. Have you been seeing this?
On Sundays, CBS.
They really fucking want us to watch football.
I mean, if you can strap an ad to ridiculousness, you better. They catch a fuckload of airtime.
That's true. And if you can strap an ad to March.io optimized
Oh.
ridiculousness content.
Do so or be forgotten by the course of history.
Yes. Let
Let
me let me pour my coffee and then I want to hear what you've got.
All right.
Just a second.
So we've just had our first clip repeat of the compilation in classic ridiculousness YouTube channel form. They just don't give a fuck at all.
Yo, because you were just talking about the play that you saw while you were in Chicago,
Yeah.
I must ask, did you get any of that Chicago pizza or Portillo's or anything like that?
I'm vegan, bro. I'm no fun at all.
Oh shit, I forgot.
Which brings me back to the food that I ate last night.
Well, wait, so you couldn't even eat the pizza?
Right.
Bro, that's nuts.
Yeah. Why go to Chicago? I ate a full pint of dairy-free ice cream, a full bag of blue corn late July tortilla chips with salsa, and an entire package of Oreo thins, which are only really a healthy alternative to Oreos if you don't eat twice as many. I don't know where I was going with that, but yeah, I fucking stuffed myself last night, and I'm
And then you went to the Bean thinking it was a vegan restaurant. This
not.
guy's off his rocker.
Called the bean because you're supposed to take pills underneath it and then experience visual and physical confusion as they kick in. That's our first ridiculousness compilation out of the
Oh,
way.
it ended? Shit.
And I've got a visual aid for some of the March.io content I'm about to be reading.
Okay, fuck yeah. Hold on. Let me
Um,
get settled in. Um, would you like to provide context for any new listeners, or do you want me to do that? Up to you.
March.io is the weaponization of the maternal archetype in the human subconscious, which in our day and age, Marge Simpson has become the icon for. We use Marge Simpson's sexualized visage by way of scraping the internet for all Marge Simpson Rule 34 that we can use. We use it to subliminally seduce viewers of content. In this, we're going to propose to ridiculousness that they be our flagship, our guinea pig, into developing the same fondness for said content, in this case ridiculousness, that they have for the very lifeblood of the human species, the the mother as a fertility icon, the MILF element in the human spirit. And so we've been putting together a proposal for ridiculousness to explain our vision, explain the advanced techniques by which we gather and deploy Marge Simpson iconography in order to explode their viewership to be a global community which will be addicted to watching their show, because in their show they're receiving these little injections of the purest satisfaction that one can have, which is Marge Simpson Rule 34. And I've just added a little bit to that proposal. Austin, in the previous episode, had gone through phase one of the Marge.io implementation plan. Let me see here.
And this
The
is a business proposal we're writing out and sending to Rob Deerdeck's venture capital company.
Yes, Rob is going to be our angel investor who brings about this really an apocalypse of any other form of human communication. This is going to really, it's going to max out the brain power of all roughly 8 billion of us through pure goonerism. Phase one, as Austin wrote here in his overview, it's a 3-month pilot program, a small segment of the Ridiculousness fan base. Phase two is what I have written some material for the proposal of, and it is the full scale deployment. So here's my my copy for phase two.
I can't wait. This is like Christmas morning for me.
Once our phase one marketing blitz has primed the curiosity of loyal and new ridiculousness viewers alike, Marge.io implementation phase two is the payoff, when we really sink our teeth in. As we begin to rapidly splice Marge's buxom maternal curves between the frames of featured clips, our conclusive projections forecast a 175% explosion in clip enjoyment and audience attachment to ridiculousness as a pleasure source. In less than a blink of an eye, an unassuming, overweight Midwestern woman tumbling down the steps of her front porch will transform into the picture of wholesome temptation herself, Margie Simpson. That groaning, tailbone bruised working class mother will return too quickly for your viewership to understand the uber potent ingredient that has been stirred into the ridiculousness recipe. But however inexplicable to them, something will have been awakened. We like to call this moment the blue shift. The world over, the relaxed ridiculousness audience will sit up in their chairs, sofas, and beds. Twice as many pupils will dilate with the collective vastness of a solar eclipse. Those unassuming blue shifted viewers will laugh harder than they ever have at a fail clip and find that the next one can't come fast enough. When it does come, another ghostly Marge will be waiting like a split-second daydream, ravishingly sultry and superlatively breedable, to momentarily take the place of a tween landing taint first on a vertical skateboard. Our clinical trials demonstrate unequivocally there is no turning back from phase two. By now, blood will be in the water, the primal thirst for which cannot be resisted. The following are real-world human trials in blue shifting and their results. 1. Trial period March 6th to March 20th, 2020. Mock the Week. Excerpt, Mock the Week, Season 17, Episode 7, Angst Productions, originally aired September 7th, 2018, BBC Two. Title 5, Funny Rounds of Scenes We'd Like to See, Mock the Week. Abstract. As comedian Milton Jones rises from his seat at the panel to walk with fellow panel members center stage, I was missing some words there. Expressionless, pink bathrobe-clad Marge with approximately N cup breasts, obstructing ears with pointed fingers, is superimposed over his torso, head, and arms for, I forgot to put the number of frames. I'll say 3.5 frames. Results. Spike in views from approximately 30,000 to approximately 8 million during trial period, parentheses, 14 days. And then there were other results I had in mind, comment, behavior. 2, trial period, January 6th, 2023, Father Brown. Televisual broadcast, Father Brown, Season 10, Episode 7, BBC Studios, Drama Productions, originally aired January 6, 2023, BBC Two. Title, The Wheels of Wrath. And I've got the moment, I found that episode on Daily Motion, and I just like randomly went to a moment and found a pretty good one at random when the overbearing mother of the young girl at the center of the plot of the TV episode, which has to do with a biker gang coming to a sleepy countryside British village. When the overbearing mother of that young girl at the center of that plot enters to interrupt the conversation between that young girl and the detectives, when she enters that room, she'll blink, and while she's blinking, she'll be replaced by whatever I don't know, horrifically horny Marge image I can find on Rule
So to
34.
clarify, these are other TV shows that we've tested March.io on, and
Yeah,
we're sharing the results with Ridiculousness. Got it.
right.
Yeah.
Right. So that's what we've got.
Hell yeah. Dude, I love the fucking blue shift. That's the paradigm shift that we're ushering in, right? Yeah,
Yes.
the blue shift. Yeah. Fuck yeah, dude. That's awesome. What was the visual aid?
Uh, are you seeing my screen share?
Yes.
Oh, I moved from the tab. This is that picture that I was saying should be superimposed over Milton Jones's image as he's standing up from the panel on that Mock the Week episode.
Oh,
And
okay. Describe this for the listener, please, because
yeah,
this is fascinating.
as I was saying earlier, when I searched Marge Simpson on Rule34.com, I found an image which is really the thumbnail of a video. I haven't watched the video. It's probably just a lot of sex, really. But the image, the thumbnail, is Bart stylized to be an older version of himself by way of combed back hair, earring. He's standing there accosted by his mother, Marge, who's wearing a pink bathrobe. Her breasts are ballooning out of it into view, and she's got her fingers pointed towards her ears in a motion suggesting that she's blocking her earring, her hearing of something. And her face is this kind of disturbing expression of emotionlessness. Her eyes are wide, staring directly at Bart. Her mouth is doing nothing. She's just standing there, and her tits are coming out, really.
She's
And that,
blocking the hearing of all the March.io naysayers.
yeah. Um, this is us when the haters start talking.
Yeah, for real. We have huge tits bursting out of our bathrobes.
Yeah. Yeah. So that's what we've got.
Well, that was fucking brilliant as always.
The setting for that, for the inspiration for that content was I had just spent probably like 2.5 hours ish um, using hedge trimmers and leather gloves to clear great big bushes of very thorny blackberry vines off of the cars parked and rotting on this property that the landscaping company I work for services. And then it was lunchtime, and so I just set up with my phone.
Oh, you did this at work?
Yeah.
Hell yeah. I hope you showed the fruits of your labor to all the other landscapers you work with.
No. Oh, and can I speaking of stuff that I've come up with recently,
Yeah.
I share my State Farm bit.
Oh, yes. Yes. This is what you're about to hear, listener, is some of his finest work yet. So brace yourselves. Go ahead.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. Jake appears in all leather, master cap, torso harness, assless chaps. He's bopping rhythmically as he trails off, singing, "What a shame that the poor groom's bride." Pause. Jake, hey guys, what's? Yeah, Jake, we just had a tree break through the roof. Oh man, broke the roof, huh? Pause. And Jake, just so you know, well, State Farm can help with that. The same. Sorry, just a minute. Don't tell me. It'll come to me. You look great, Jake. The same policy you've had protecting your car, and it's just basically that. Jake shows up. It's clear that he's emphatically gay, and he tries to move past that. But
They summoned him while he was in the club, right? That's the implication.
yep.
Yeah. Yeah. Nice. That's awesome. Maybe as he's delivering his spiel, like anal beads start spilling out of his
Yes.
ass.
I had a thought in mind that like out of the wholesome American heterosexual couple that has summoned him, the husband is like a good way into their conversation. He's like, Why didn't you text me back? Something like that. All right. What else we got on the docket?
um, yeah, nothing really. This was kind of a last minute arrangement, so I didn't prepare any notes. I guess we could watch more ridiculousness, or we haven't done a subreddit in a while. We could
Oh
do
yes.
that. You want to do that?
Yeah. What do we got?
Okay. I think you have to screen share because you're the one with the authenticated Reddit account, right?
I don't remember, but we'll find out.
Okay.
Do you have any
For the
ideas for?
Yeah, for the listener, this is our segment called "Making Fun of Drug Addicts." We It started out as us like when we came up with the concept, we were wanting to just go on random weird subreddits and share our reactions to them, but it quickly devolved into just doing drug subreddits. So yeah, this is the segment that we
Drug
now
addict.
call
It's the
"Making Fun of
fucking
Drug Addicts."
ever.
So yeah, which drug are we gonna do today? Last time we did 2CB, and that was a little. I mean, we made it. I think we made it pretty funny, but the actual content itself was somewhat disappointing. It wasn't really that remarkable. So maybe we should do like a really extreme drug to make sure we get something interesting. What could that be?
Bath salts.
Yo,
Let's see. R/bath salts.
holy shit! Bath salt related news. That's what it says on the side.
They
I'm a
have,
reporter on the bath salts beat.
used to be in this town. You'd eat your own mother's face, and you could do so in the privacy of your own home. Hmm.
So we're reading a post now that says on r/bath salts, did I just take bath salts? So long story short, my plug is a piece of shit and sells drugs for what they are not. He's been nose for giving fentanyl and passed it off as Percocet. That's fucked up. Yeah, my fault, cuss. I still fuck with him. So I bought what I thought was Molly. Now Mindale. I don't know what that is supposed to mean. Mindale? What is he saying? Do you know?
No, I have no fucking idea.
Okay, so I'll skip over that. I do Molly every weekend, so I know the taste. This was not my bitter Molly. This also wasn't sass, licorice taste. This was just salty AF. So I popped my capsule and only took about half the content. It was gross. So I laid down and expected my Molly high. Instead, I feel asleep. It was a weird sleep, this. Like my dreams were vivid, but very short. My body was hot, too hot for comfort. I felt annoyed. This wasn't Molly. About an hour later, I work up from this fake ass sleep like nothing. I low key wanted to do a whole capsule to see how the high would compare, but my body was hot, so I threw out the second capsule. I can't get the taste of salt out of my mouth. Fucking Hemingway over here.
Also, I really like um it was a weird sleep this.
Yeah, yeah.
Very old. It was a weird sleep this.
And this user is named Federal Bumblebee 87.
Sounds like it may have been meth, says one commenter. Where can I order reliably and get bath salts? Asks another commenter.
Why do you even buy from him if he does you like that? I was thinking the same. Like this guy's dealing fentanyl and saying it's what did he's saying it's Percocet. Why would you keep going to that guy?
Because you're addicted.
Yeah, I guess
Because you
so.
have no other option because you're essentially an animal. I know a UK 4 MMC vendor, and this is what he has in. Look at those bad boy shards. Absolutely stunning. A British bath salts user is a fucking hilarious concept. Can I smoke/snort actual bath salt for the bath or no? I'm curious.
Yeah, I actually was under the impression that bath salts were actual bath salts. I guess it's just a slang term for something else.
When smoking, is there a smell when doing bath salts? But actual bath salts, the one where people eat faces, lol. Jesus Christ.
Truly a
Is
group
that
of distinguished scholars in this subreddit.
where can I find the drug that is most well known for causing people to eat other people's faces. Sexy Booty 1420 offers help to user Other Initiative 1615, who commented on that picture from the British bath salts user saying, looking for that guy. Sexy
Maybe
Booty
this
said,
British guy takes the bath salts and he becomes Jack the Ripper. What is bath salts? Do we know that? Because now I'm all my underlying assumptions about bath salts are thrown into question. I thought they were literal bath salts, but I don't think that's the case.
I feel like I heard at some point about them being a combination of that or maybe something else and like gasoline. What
Oh
the fuck?
shit. Well, that's another thing. I remember bath salts being in the news and in the popular consciousness a lot when I was in middle school, and then they kind of fell out of the discourse.
Well, here is the all knowing AI overview's answer to our question. Bath salts are the street name for synthetic, parentheses, man made, thanks for that, stimulant containing one or more chemicals called cathinones.
Hmm.
They are not the same as products like Epsom salts used for bathing. These drugs are often disguised in packaging labeled not for human consumption, plant food, or jewelry cleaner to evade regulations. Chemical composition, unregulated, can vary widely. Common active ingredients include methyl enedioxypyrovalerone, MDPV, powerful stimulant also known as monkey dust, often mephedrone, sometimes called meow meow,
Yo, MDPV, I thought that was a Kanye album.
methylone, an ingredient that can have stimulant and hallucinogenic effects. Effects on body and brain. Okay, so I'm gonna look up like how to do bath salts.
I don't want to get distracted, but and continue down this rabbit hole because I want to know. But real quick, something that just came to me, the jewelry cleaner thing reminded me we could try r slash computer duster.
Ah,
Yeah, but I want to know how you do bath salts.
well, I found in I'm curious what this publication is. JAMA. Oh God. Okay,
Yeah, I
where?
knew a guy in middle school who did computer duster, and he said he could literally hear his brain cells dying.
When you said it the second time is when I realized you were talking about just the aerosolized air that you use to spray out a computer keyboard.
Yeah.
I thought you were talking about something that I heard at Boy Scout camp. I heard about at Boy Scout camp, where you take the circuit board out of, say, a disposable camera and you shave off the soldering material
Whoa.
and you somehow ingest, smoke, snort, whatever that.
Oh, yeah, you get a merit badge for that actually. Right after you learn how to tie the knots, you learn how to take out the circuit board and
Be prepared. What the the man who slashed himself to remove the quote wires in his body, the mother who left her quote demon-ridden 2-year-old in the middle of a highway,
oh,
the 21-year-old son of a family physician who, after snorting bath salts once, shot himself following
oh,
3 days of acute paranoia and psychosis, including hallucinations of police squad cars and helicopters lined up outside his house to take him away.
oh my gosh.
Um, the drug merely borrows the name of an innocuous product so it can be sold openly. So that comes after the first part of the sentence in which she's saying it doesn't even look like bath salts.
Every time we do this segment, we veer into this territory where it's infinitely more depressing than it is funny. And I should stop. I shouldn't be shocked, but every time I'm like, wow, how did we get to this? How did we get to this point? Well, this is interesting. So this article says promoted as providing a legal high that can escape detection in drug tests. Bath salts are intended to mimic the hallucinogenic and euphoric highs of methamphetamine or cocaine. At lower doses, and this is interesting, they've also been marketed as a substitute for Ritalin to sharpen mental concentration and as an aphrodisiac. I've never heard of bath salts being used as an aphrodisiac. That's very funny to
Babe,
me.
you look so beautiful tonight. I just want to consume the skin on your skull. We've also got a piece of information here. In late 2010, as Chinese suppliers began shipping the raw ingredients of illicit bath salts to the port of New Orleans, somebody named Lyons found himself at the center of a widening outbreak of cases of intoxication from what he calls, quote, the worst drug I've seen in 20 years. Who's Ryan? Oh, he's a pharmaceutical. He's a pharmacist. He's director of the Louisian Poison Center and
What was
assistant.
the drug from 20 years prior that
No,
that
it was weed.
Previously? Yeah.
um, oh,
They can be deadly for people with underlying cardiovascular disease. I think they can be deadly for just about fucking anyone, is what it sounds
it can
like.
be deadly for those people and their family. Oh, god damn it. Google keeps trying to give me advice on how to make salts for the bath. That's not what I'm talking about, and you know it. Okay. AI can't provide instructions. Goddamn, tell me how to make bath salts, bro.
AI is not providing us with instructions on how to make bath salts.
Checks calendar, sees year 1989.
We're we need this is why it's so important to beat China in the race to develop AGI. Artificial general, I need to get these fucking bees out of my teeth immediately.
Hang on, what? Back to r/bath salts. We've got a post. Somebody
Yeah.
titled "Tribute to Cinnamilks," and it's a picture of a mug with presumably steamed milk topped with a dusting of cinnamon.
I
What?
thought you were on the front page of Reddit when that came up. This is actually in r/bath salts.
Yeah.
And for the listener, there are no drugs in the photo. It's a mug of delicious looking coffee. Oh,
Well, r/Cinnamilks has been banned. I don't know. Somebody was user Cinnamilks.
oh, okay.
Maybe Cinnamilks was like an OG of the bath salts community.
Oh,
Somebody in the comments on this post about Cinnamilks, which is apparently a Reddit user's name, said that they had just snorted a small amount of crystal.
oh, I get it. So I didn't put this together until now. I see. There's a user on r/bath salts named Cinnamilk who is of some renown, and he was banned. And this guy is doing a tribute to that banned user, and he put in a picture of a Cinnamilk drink to pay homage to this user. I wonder why he was banned. Bath salts fan art? Holy fuck. Please describe this.
It's pixelated. The sky is red, and in the foreground, in front of some buildings which are burning or shattered or dripping blood, there are a handful of red, also pixelated human figures, all red. Every inch of them is red. And two of them appear to be in the process of. Oh, I see. So you can see the skin of one person off to the left side of the frame, but the two human figures in the foreground who are alive have pulled the everything but the skin out from inside the skin of that third now perished figure and are eating it. And the one who's standing is just kind of stuffing his face, standing up next to the figure. There's a pool of blood under the internal organs of that person who's been ripped out of their skin. And then there's somebody lying down on top of him with their mouth actually lodged in the top of the person's head who's been ripped out of their skin. The artist is demonstrating a general ignorance of human anatomy because you've got like I don't know. They seem to think that there's maybe they're not. I don't know. It's just like a complete musculature of the torso minus arms and legs and head. I don't know. Whatever. It's an apocalyptic scene covered in blood. of cannibalism fueled by bath salts. In the background, you can see a store which has the title Funny's Bath Salts, FUNNIE apostrophe Z, the icon for which is maybe a clown or cowboy with green hair and red
We've
eyes.
got to credit the artist here. The artist behind this is the renowned Cheetos Dead Fart.
I want to talk about one thing. You've now twice pronounced renowned.
Oh, fuck me. That's why they call me Rerun. I'm gonna have to show up to the next episode with a fucking red beret.
Bath salts versus baking soda and citric acid, posts one user.
What is that? Baking soda and citric acid. He spelled it critic acid.
Critic acid. I think this person is
Yeah,
just.
yeah, hitting that Roger Ebert.
I think this person is just talking about bath salts for the bath.
Mm. Okay. Can you get high off of Dr. Teal's? What is it? What the fuck is Dr. Oh gosh. Oh, we found a post. It says after bath salts, and it's a picture of a scab along some guy's torso.
Here's the user saying, "Go read my story if you want. It's all in my history."
And this user is named Trump on heroin.
Also, they posted on dating advice.
Ouch. Did you inject them? LOL. No, dropped down 2 flights of balconies. Okay, so this guy was on bath salts and fell down 2 flights of balconies. How do you fall off a so did he fall off one balcony and land on another? I would think you would just go straight to the ground. Like how does that did he fall through it? You know what I mean?
I don't know, but we've got a golden moment here where user Aussie AK47 posts, "We can't handle the high. It's fuckheads like you that give it a bad name and all in moderation, you donkey." To which Trump on heroin replies, "Gee, thanks. I've changed my mind and decided it was flakka." What the fuck is flakka?
Okay, r/flakka. That's where we've got to go now. We don't know what it is, but
Would you ever take flakka? Says one person on r/nope. How much different is flakka from meth? Says someone on r/tims stims.
our old friends on r/stims. Yeah.
Oh, this I think will be a good place for us. R/took too much.
Oh shit.
Some
Saucy.
some saw some dude bugging off what looks like flakka, and there's a video.
What is
It's
flakka?
disabled. Just kidding.
Dude, a Flakka user whose street name is Wacka Flakka Flame. And the flame is because one time he took so much Flakka he set himself on fire.
I go hard in the motherfucking salts. Um, for that video that we were just watching, any listeners from San Francisco, just imagine the guy tweaking off of this mystery drug flakka. To imagine what he was doing, just imagine any other person from San Francisco, what they do on a regular basis.
Yeah, so I guess this is a subreddit where it's videos of people who took too much of a certain drug and they're bugging in public. So I'm kind of surprised this isn't age restricted, this subreddit.
Oh no. Oh no.
What is this? What's going on? Oh, yeah, no.
Oh
Yeah,
my
that's too
God.
much. That's fucked up.
For the listener, it's some candid footage of someone walking along, picking up a dead pigeon, biting off its head, and
Oh,
then discarding the rest of its body.
oh, wait, the pigeon was already dead.
Maybe not. I don't. Oh, Jesus
Oh,
fucking
what the fuck?
Christ!
How the fuck is this subreddit not age restricted? That's crazy. Is he just high, I guess? Like on weed? What the fuck? This is on this subreddit where it's people like overdosing on drugs. Someone posted footage from Legion of Skanks. Just a clip from a podcast. I mean, I guess okay, they're ripping a bong. Hey, that's Nick Mullen. What the fuck?
Dab rig.
Oh
It's
yeah.
Okerson almost dies on stage.
Okay, that's a little disappointing. I thought it was just a random clip from Legion of Skanks.
Passes out after a huge dab.
Gosh, I can't imagine hitting a dab rig, let alone like getting high at all on a podcast that hundreds of thousands of people are listening to.
Yeah, I was
I
just
would
thinking.
just go not the fear of saying something stupid.
Yeah, I'd be curious to see how big Joe Okerson did. But the video that the listener may have just heard the audio from, it's by all appearances a normal white lady driving an SUV, which has been fucked up in various parts of the body. One of the wheels is missing entirely, but the thing that you put the wheel onto, like the end of that front axle, she's driving along at a solid like 50, 60 miles an hour. She's got three wheels, and those three wheels are propelling the car forward. And the fourth one, the front right one, is just skidding along, throwing off sparks. And here we have the final frame of the video where the person who went over after the white lady stopped her car and was interviewing her, uh, sitting in her front seat. They've zoomed in on that front seat after she left the car and found a couple of pills.
Yeah.
And someone has tagged that post with the word benzodiazepine.
Bro, we are wading through the fucking abyss right now.
This is hell.
This might actually be hell. Dude, that's going to be the twist at the end of this podcast. We're going to be watching Ridiculousness, and Rob is going to look in the camera and address us directly and say, William and Austin, you are dead. You've been in hell this entire time. That's awesome. That's awesome. Please describe this for the listener. That's just a brilliant idea. I love this so much.
We are looking at a squat bong, squat in proportions, but about 10 feet tall.
A
The
huge
bowl,
bong.
the bowl is full of weed, and someone is standing in the place where you would put ice. And someone has just used a torch to start cherrying the bowl and encased this person in a thick cloud of weed smoke. Only for a few seconds. She was banging on the glass to be let out. Yeah, that you have to admit that is fucking awesome.
A giant bong you get hotboxed in is the title of that post. And I don't really smoke weed anymore, but I think that's so fucking sick.
Closest I've come to that was me and my brother would take rips and then put on a motorcycle helmet so that we couldn't breathe anything other than smoke.
Nice. Did you ever use one of those gas mask things with the bong attached?
Oh God.
Oh,
User be if you go on took too much the subreddit, you will see a lot of vomit. No, I never did use one of those gas masks.
yeah, me neither. I think the craziest, where the most degenerate weed thing I ever did was freshman year. We made a giant gravity bong out of a trash can and a milk jug, and no one wanted to clean it afterwards. So we just had this big trash can full of like dirty resinous bong water sitting in the middle of our dorm for weeks, and eventually we just said fuck it and dumped it out in the bathtub, and no one ever cleaned the bathtub. So by the time freshman year was over, um, I guess like fungus started growing in the bathtub or something because we all got charged for organic growth in the shower.
Really, you should have charged whoever went to clean it up. They probably got baked, bro.
Oh shit, I gotta hop off.
Um, give me a phrase.
Any phrase? Hop off. Hop off rule 34. I think my prediction is I think we're gonna get the movie Hop from 2011. Yeah, there it is. There it is.
Right. Oh, carrot up the ass.
Yep.
Delightfully thematic.
Yo, the one next to that though. Look at that. He's got a little ass rabbit dick. That's like a little anatomically correct rabbit penis.
Hey, what better note could we possibly end on?
For real. Oh,
All
he's
right.
being choked in that one, right?
Uh,
Is that what's going on there?
oh, up here, I think this is a she. I think this is Judy Hopps getting, yeah,
Oh. Oh yeah, you're right. Yeah.
Carrot's doing all sorts of stuff.
Okay.
All right. Well, hey, it wouldn't be an episode of Ridiculousnessness if you didn't leave a taping feeling ashamed to confront any of your loved ones. All right. I'll talk to you later. I'll keep adding to that fucking thing.
All right, yeah. I'll probably work on it a bit this week myself. So, okay, gonna stop recording.